Hello and welcome back to the channel, guys. It's been a couple of days. I had some other projects I had to do. So today's the day we are going to take this radiator off. As you remember from the first video, it's got a leak right there on the bracket, so it makes it kind of difficult to drive. You can see by the sort of way it's discolored there how the water is actually coming out that bracket, or by the rivets it's holding the bracket onto the tank. So here's step one. Insert the key into the back seat little lock so we can get to the toolkit. It's nice of KTM to supply a toolkit that takes care of most of the jobs you need to do on the motorbike. And you can see by mine, it's been rattling a bit in the back and created holes from shifting around. I've also got another little kit that I put in there, just a little pouch with one of those rubber gummy things you sort of stick into a flat tire. I've just unpacked the little toolkit. You can see what's in it. A couple of sockets, a couple of splines, a cable to tie your helmet to, in case you want to lock the spare helmet up in the back. These C-shaped sort of spanners that are over here are to adjust your chain. And then, yeah, the most important one is over there. That's the one you can open the beer with on the side of the road. Nice of KTM to think of that. Well, the first step of removing this radiator is to take off these side panels. There's a screw over there, and then in the front there's another one. That's over there. And then there's a little bobbin here that just slips out, and then this cover should come off. So let me do that quickly, and I'll show you that little bobbin. With both covers removed, you can see where that actually is the one screw over there in the tank. The other one's in the radiator. I'll be removing this clip, see if I can, because I don't want to send it in for repairs and they come back without these clips. They should just be able to just sort of bend a little bit and then slip off the tank. And there's that bobbin screw fitting where that little slides into. Well, next up, we'll remove the radiator hoses on over there. And one on the other side. And we'll see where we go from there. The socket in the kit actually fits on those clamps. Quite nice. See how far we get to this. Also still have to figure out how to take the two fans off, and various other little things, little breathers and pipes, plumbing. Should be fairly easy though. There we go. And should slide back a little bit out of the way, hang around there. Let's do the other side. Kind of difficult to film and do this one-handed. There we go. But we'll get there. Looks like it's far enough. Let's see. Maybe not. Maybe a little more. Give me my socket back. Oops. Okay, well, that one's out of the way. So, I guess it's time to pull bending for the stools. The pipe off and see what happens. If I can even get it off. Oh, let's not force it too much. That's probably stuck on there. And what I think I'm going to do, I'm first going to take the radiator off, or loosen the bottom, and then put it apart from there. I don't think I need this tank either. This can come off too. The tank cap. Fortunately, KTM's come with an aluminium tank on the side of the actual core, so this is weldable. They'll fix it up. let's try and get to those 2 screws, bolts. Bit of corrosion on the outside. Let's get another socket first. This one's too small. Oh, well, here we go. Let's see what we see. This side's pretty easy. The other side, I think you're supposed to take the tank off, but I don't feel like that, so I just worked it in an angle. The socket stuck. Oh well, it's a nice little thing to hold on to screw this bolt out. That's not too bad. Let's do the other side. This is the left side. A bit more difficult because the tank is slightly in the way here, but you can sort of get the socket past that angle, and then, my hands can be in the way, and take out the other side. Put this down quickly. Alright, I'll get there. Patience, patience, patience. Ta-da! There we go. That's the left side, that's the right hand side. Well, here's the next thing in the chain of events. This little box here is part of your throttle assembly. You can see the cables running over there. From here it goes electronic, and then it obviously runs the digital butterfly that operates since speed injection. So yeah, I've taken out the bottom one completely, and I've just slacked off that one and in that hole over there. I don't know if you can quite see it. Yeah, it's over there. I'm going to take it out completely, because all I need to do is get this little end to pivot a little bit and pull out the way, so I can just get the top bracket of the radiator off. That's far enough. Don't want to create yourself any problems. Well, we'll see what happens. Sorry for the dogs, my neighbour's dogs and my dogs love each other through the wall. So yeah, this is the bottom of the radiator. We move the bottom, there's 2 more bolts there we have to remove, and hopefully she's free, and we can start filling with electric fan and whatever's up this side, and try not to make extra holes when we go past that steering damper. Well, there are the 2 screws from the bottom bracket on the radiator. That's the long tool that you require to get past the engine and the exhaust, but it does come as part of the kit. So now you'll see that the radiator is able to pivot, and we can get the bottom hose off easier. Let me try and pry that loose first, and then we'll get on from there. Oh, there's the bottom hose. I sort of loosened it a bit. Now it's just a wiggle, and there we go. Well, some of it is obviously pretty clear water, because I've been topping up and trying to save this for another day. As I was saying before I paused the video, I couldn't quite do this job. I had to wait a little while, because my wife's car also needed some desperate attention. This is becoming a very long how-to movie, because every time I sort of get something right, we have aircraft coming overhead, we have dogs barking. Yeah, now he's not barking. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to move these 2 vent lines. Another one's like the little water tank overflow that comes to here, and I don't know where the other one goes. Probably, I don't even know, I can't see. But anyway, we're going to remove these, and then the top water hose, and we should be fairly free, except for I'm going to have to take off the hooter as well. Aha, okay, let's do that. You know what, I'm just going to give up. Between the traffic and the dogs barking and the planes coming overhead, we'll just remove this and continue until we can't anymore. You can get it out the way a little bit. I'm sure you can just bend this slightly. There we go. Just a little bit more. There we go. Alrighty. That problem's removed. I'm still going to move all these brackets afterwards. I'm going to hand this in. Now, on the other side of this vent line, I suppose we can open that up a little bit as well. Just do that, sort of twisty to it, and then these pipes should come out easy. There we go, those are out of the way somehow. Well, next, after those little vent lines have come off, I've just unhooked it off this lug on this side. Yeah, And then be very careful you don't stick another hole. Let's see what happens if I pull this side. Ah, look at that. We're getting closer. We can see more now. And then she's hanging. This pipe is out of the way. So I think it's just a couple of plugs and she'll be off. There's a plug over there, a quick disconnect from the radiator. There's another one at the bottom there for the other fan. So let me disconnect these two and then we should be free. Well, there she is with no radiator on. Now after I remove these two plugs, there was another line in the middle there. They just sort of clips into the plastic on the side here, below the two fans. And that's obviously just the high point. Okay, let's do that again. That's obviously just the high point where you can bleed the radiator to get most of the air out. So yes, now I'm just going to strip this bit off. Take all these brackets off them and then use them and those grommets because they'll probably heat them up and destroy them. And then we go hand in the radiator. It wasn't too bad. So now you know. Well, there we are, guys. Everything is now removed from the radiator. There's the fan and there's two little grommets that go in the top. The other two grommets are there on the top of the radiator that attaches onto the frame. They've been removed. Obviously the cap is missing. I took out these little clips where the two side panels go on because they'll get missing as well. Yeah, that's the screw that holds on the bottom there in the bracket. And this is the bracket with the hood to fit on. And all of this is done with the toolkit that's provided in the back of the motorcycle. Luckily I know where the leak is, but this guys will pressure test it. I'll put it underwater and look for the bubbles, but I know it's in this area. And I think you can almost see by the way it's bent up, where it formed the crack. So they'll put lead in this area, and obviously on the back as well, they'll seal that properly. Probably paint it again, I don't know. I've got a little bit of black paint in the garage. And then yeah, give it back to me. It's way, way cheaper than having to buy a new one. Oh well, there she goes. Excuse the dirty boot, need to clean my car. I must say the bargain with me making these videos is that I get to film it. So I know exactly where every screw's going to go because I've got it on camera. So this is the good thing to do when you do anything, is try and put most of the screws and things back in position that you can. Because sometimes, 2 or 3 days go past and you'll forget where they go. But luckily I've got everything on video, so I don't need that. So guys, thank you for subscribing and watching the channel. And we'll make some more videos later.